So, you live in Fulshear and you've got a dog. You're probably looking for a good trainer, right? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. How to find the right pro for you and your best friend.
Let's just picture it for a second. Imagine your dog walking right beside you, nice and calm, through a beautiful spot like Cross Creek Ranch. That's the dream, isn't it? A dog you can take anywhere, who's a happy and safe part of your life right here in town.
Okay, so let's get into training that's made for life right here in Fulshear. You know, it's one thing for your dog to sit perfectly in your living room. But what happens when you're out and about in Fulshear or Katy? The best training has to work out there, in the real world. A really good trainer gets that. They'll help prepare your dog for all those real-life distractions. You know, another dog walking by, a mail truck rumbling past, or even kids zipping by on scooters.
All right, before you even start looking for a trainer, it's helpful to know what you're looking for. Let's break down the different types of training out there.
So you're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. And honestly, it's the foundation of almost all modern, effective dog training. All it really means is rewarding your dog when they do something right. Think treats, praise, a favorite toy. This makes them want to repeat the good behavior. It builds a dog who's confident and actually excited to learn, instead of one who's anxious or just confused.
Okay, so training isn't one size fits all. You've got two main categories here. On one hand, you have basic obedience. That's like teaching the ABCs: sit, stay, come. It's all about manners and skills. On the other hand, there's behavior modification. This is a bit deeper. It's for dogs who have bigger feelings like fear or anxiety that cause them to react. It's less about teaching a sit and more about changing how your dog feels about the world.
So what are you actually trying to achieve? Maybe you just brought home a puppy, and oh boy, potty training and socialization are priority number one. Or maybe you have an older dog who's just a nightmare to walk because they pull so much. The point is, you can find training that targets exactly what you need, from jumping on guests to barking at every little thing.
Okay, so you've thought about your goals. Now for the big question. How do you actually pick the right professional to help you?
You've probably seen it, right? You look up a trainer and their name has this alphabet soup of letters after it. It can be a little intimidating, but what do those letters actually mean?
Think of it this way. Certifications are like a trainer's resume. Some, like the CPD-TKA, are fantastic for general skills and everyday obedience, your sits, stays, and leash walking. Others, like KPA or CTC, really signal a commitment to positive, science-based methods. And then you have the heavy hitters, like the ones from IAABC. If you're dealing with serious issues like aggression or deep-seated anxiety, those are the certifications you want to see. They're the specialists.
Don't just sign up blindly. You're hiring someone to work with a member of your family, so interview them. Ask these kinds of questions. How do they train? What's their background? How will they track progress? Their answers will tell you everything you need to know about whether they're the right fit for you and your dog.
Oh, and here's a really useful little rule of thumb, especially if you've just adopted a dog. It's called the 3-3-3 rule. For the first 3 days, your new dog is going to be totally overwhelmed. After 3 weeks, they're starting to figure out your routine. And by 3 months, they're finally starting to feel like they're truly home. It's just a great reminder to be patient and give them time to adjust.
All right, let's talk about the practical stuff, the costs, and the local rules here in our area.
Okay, let's talk money. As you can see, the cost for dog training in Fulshear can really vary. Group classes are usually the most budget-friendly option. Private lessons cost more per session, but are totally tailored to you. And then you have the board and train programs, which are a much bigger investment, but they are super intensive.
Now, just a few quick reminders about being a good dog-owning neighbor here in Fort Bend County. It's pretty straightforward. Your dog needs to be on a leash in public unless you're in a designated dog park. They absolutely have to be up to date on their rabies vaccine. That's state law. And please, make sure they have an ID tag or a microchip. It's all about keeping everyone safe.
So once you and your pup start learning some new skills, where can you go to practice? Well, we have some great local spots. You can head to a dog park like Palm Springs or the one in Katy to work on coming when called. Or, for a beautiful on-leash walk to practice those polite manners, you can't beat the trails at Brazos Bend State Park.
Look, finding the right trainer is about so much more than just stopping the barking or pulling. It's about enjoying every walk, every visit from friends, and every single day with your dog in our community. A well-trained dog is just a pleasure to be around, at home or out and about. So happy training. It really does make life together here in Fulshear even better.